Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. For the majority of the offseason, one of the major stories, along with Damian Lillard, was James Harden wanting off the 76ers. Basically, the third time he's wanted off an NBA team in his career in recent memory, past 3 or 4 years. Didn't happen, was not traded in the offseason, but I'm sure you've heard he has been traded to the Los Angeles Clippers, expected to make his season debut Monday against my New York Knicks. A couple things. This is via NBA Central X page. James Harden told associates he doesn't intend to speak to Daryl Morey ever again, per Ramona Shelburne, the men affectionately known as Fat Elvis, and the Beard. The Beard not wanting to speak to Fat Elvis again. We saw in China where he told the audience that Daryl Morey is a liar and he doesn't want to play for him ever again. Of course, these two have worked together for quite some time, first with the Houston Rockets and then the Philadelphia 76ers. Seem to be extremely close, but, that ship seems to have sailed. This via Hoops Hype. And this is also via an article written by Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. It's quite a lengthy article. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, as I haven't been home from work that long. But it goes over in detail the drama between Morey, Harden, and the 76ers. So, a portion of the article here. James Harden has only alluded to what caused the irreconcilable differences between them, but like so many divorces, the problems began over money. According to league sources, Harden and his camp became convinced Morey only intended to offer him a 2-year deal with a team option on the second season. If he declined his $35.6 million player option, became a free agent at the end of June, essentially turning Harden into a year-to-year player. Well, we know Harden ended up picking up that player option. Basically realized there wasn't many options out there. One of them was the Rockets. So CBS Sports, James Harden potentially could have gotten a multi-year max deal from 76ers. So limited, Harden's market was limited last offseason after the Houston Rockets chose to pursue Fred VanVleet. Yes, another rumor was that James Harden was going to go back to the Rockets. Seemed like it was almost a certainty, at least according to some sources. One of the reports I read was how James Harden mentioned he wants to go back to like winning scoring titles, things like that. Ime Udoka was none too pleased. He didn't want a player that, was selfishly looking to put up numbers, wanted more team guys. They went after VanVleet. And no one was really looking to sign Harden in free agency, thus why he picked up that player option. So, mentions, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, he potentially could have had a 2 or 3 year max deal with the Sixers, probably around $40 million a year. Quite a bit of money, even if options or non-guarantees have been involved. Definitely less than the full max deal Brooklyn Nets were willing to give him the 2021 offseason. Likely less than Harden expected if he took less than the max as a free agent to return to Philadelphia in 2022. So yes, another rumor is that James Harden took less money in order for the Sixers to have room to sign guys like Daniel House and PJ Tucker. And the rumor was that they had promised him that he would receive his max deal the following offseason. As we know, that did not happen. And now James Harden is not a Philadelphia 76er anymore. I can't necessarily blame the Sixers for not giving James Harden a max deal. Once again, he fell flat in the postseason. He did have 2 very, very good postseason games in their matchup against the Boston Celtics, but then he kind of fell flat. In the other 5 games, career actually shot less than 40% from the field in last season's postseason. Last season's postseason. He's a guy who's had his notorious playoff struggles, and he is now, I believe he's 34. Yes, 34. Turned 34 on August 26th. Do you really want to give him a 4-year max deal through the age of 37? I mean, he's not kind of the player I would want to do that to. Clippers, I will say they brought in more talent than they gave up. I actually did a video day or two before the regular season where I listed the teams with the most depth, and I actually had the Clippers first. Now, they didn't give up any superstars. They gave up Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris, Robert Covington to the 76ers in the deal. And they did also get PJ Tucker back. I know there's one other guy they gave up. They gave up KJ Martin, Kenyon Martin Jr. So 4 talented players, definitely. But again, none that are superstar level. Marcus Morris has been on the decline, as has Batum and Covington. But James Harden, he wanted to go back to winning scoring tiles, reportedly. I don't expect that to happen when he's playing with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. There was rumors that he wanted to be the number 1 star on his team again. Of course, he wasn't with the 76ers with Joel Embiid. I don't think he'll be the number 1 star with the Clippers either. With those 2 guys I mentioned. Russell Westbrook, not the best player on the team anymore, but Russell Westbrook has definitely carved a role. So it'll be interesting to see the Clippers championship odds improve with the trade, according to Las Vegas. I'm not necessarily too high on them. We know Paul George and Kawhi Leonard will miss more than their share of games. Will James Harden's attitude sour towards the Clippers like it's done with each of his 3 previous teams? Time will tell. I'm 50-50 on whether they even get past the first round of the playoffs. We know the West is super deep. Denver's still playing awesome. Haven't lost yet this season. We got Sacramento. We got Golden State. We got the Lakers. Amongst many other very good teams out west. What are your thoughts, though? Do you think that the Clippers can make noise in the postseason? I'm rather skeptical. Hey, Dallas is even undefeated as well early on in the year. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.